American Venom is the final mission in Red Dead Redemption 2, and is supposed to be the final climactic fight of the game. With that being said, it is only appropriate that this final badass mission should have an equally badass theme. The track American Venom by Woody Jackson is that badass theme. Now, Red Dead 2 is by far a top 3 game of mine and is regarded as a masterpiece by the larger gaming community. It has a good story with compelling characters that you can root for and villains that are easy to hate. The whole theme of Red Dead and its franchise is, well, redemption. It's almost like that's part of the game's name. The first game, as well as the second, has the theme of trying to have a better life, whether it's Arthur, who is trying to help John leave, or John, who is just trying to settle down and have a family and get away from the gang life. These games have always had a theme about trying to redeem past mistakes, choosing the better path. John doesn't really choose to walk away fully. You see, at the end of Red Dead 2, after Arthur dies, John is living his new life. He hears that Micah Bell, who murdered Arthur, is in the mountains hiding. Now, a person's approach would leave it at that and let the law deal with it. But John can't do that. Arthur was John's best friend and a brother to him. Not literally, but that didn't matter to John. To John, letting Micah live would be an insult to Arthur and his legacy, even though towards the end of his life, Arthur thought vengeance was something that was useless in this world. That didn't stop John though. John and two other former gang members, Charles Smith and Sadie Adler, tracked Micah down through the mountains, and right before all three could face Micah, Sadie and Charles was shot, leaving John against an entire army. And that's where the song starts. It starts quiet with the trumpets and flutes, the bass clarinet, other low woodwinds, then a small pause before the drum set and electric bass comes in. It establishes a strong backbone to the song. The woodwinds keep the song moving and the brass adds sharp accents, contrasting the soft of the woodwinds and strings. It passes to the electric guitar, which does some heavy lifting. While the music plays, John is gunning down every man that gets in his way without any mercy and without missing any beats. He screams at the top of his lungs for Micah as he pushes through the snow, and the sound of the bass and the guitar and the drums clash with the woodwinds as if there was a battle within John to do the right thing. The song ends when he finds Micah, and after killing Micah, there's a soft stinger that hits John as he walks down the mountain with Sadie over his shoulder. The song has a lot of instruments, and they all work wonderfully together. Here's a small list of them for context. Electric guitar, clean, acoustic guitar, bass guitar, full woodwinds, full strings, bass, brass, French horn, trombones, trumpets, low woodwinds, bass clarinet, bassoon, timpani, drums, flute, snare, cymbal, toms, tambourine, shakers, piano, synth drums, ambient pads, choir, or layered vocal pads. It's a nice touch that there's a version of the song in the first game when John crosses into Mexico. It's softer and does not have the same anger that American Venom has, but it's still cool that they made a remix upon it in the sequel. I'm a sucker for some good brass, and especially in a western setting. Paired with the guitar, it's a perfect mix. It gives the sense that the trumpets represent honor and the guitar and the heavier instruments represent fury and wrath. It's theorized that if American Venom never happened, the government would have never came for John. But I don't believe in that. A peaceful life was never in the cards for John, and I think he knew that. You can't expect a good life after all the stuff he did, even if he did have his redemption in the very end.